It's time for Everything Noob, your source for all things gaming.
Welcome to another installment of the Everything Noob podcast. I am Vortac, joined this evening by Jemi and Dreadlow, and tonight's topic of discussion, Nintendo, everyone's favorite gaming company, right? Right?
The 2DS.
The what? The 2DS. Yes.
At first I thought it was the 3DS2 or the DS2, but
Nope.
no, it's not.
No, they have to appeal to that, I don't know, that would be the expectation, wouldn't it be? To call it the 2DS if it didn't go 3D, but it did everything else? If you called it anything else, people would just complain. Why not just the 2DS, man? So I think it was...
Well, they could have given it a new name, I
Well,
think.
I told Dan this, I thought that the capital K, small I, DS would have been a perfect name. K-I-D-S.
K-I-D-S.
Nintendo Kids?
Yes.
It does look like it belongs in the hands of no one over the age of 5.
No, yeah, it looks like a speak and say, or I don't know, some kind of weird Hasbro toy.
Yeah. Nintendo leapfrog device.
Yes.
Well, from what I understand, that's what they were actually catering it to, is kids.
Yes.
Really?
Because, yeah, like if you hand over your 3DS to a 8-year-old or 8-year-olds are pretty good, maybe 6-year-old or whatever, and then they open it, what's this? And they break it in half, This way they can't.
The first chance they get.
Well, I wish they would, release the adult version of it so it didn't look stupid.
No,
Because
how
I
do you
would
carry
have
it
been
around?
interested in buying it, but that design just turns me completely right off.
Yeah.
Absolutely no.
And the buttons are in a weird spot too. It's kind of
I'm
kinda
not.
like
It
in the
doesn't look
middle.
like it'd be fun to hold, and it looks like crap.
You're like in between the two screens. It's weird.
I don't like that. I don't like the non-folding. I shouldn't say
Yeah.
ability. The non-folding feature of this new system. Now I kind of get it. What?
Imagine the shape of the carrying cases that will now be released for that.
Oh, they come with a carrying
Giant
case.
and bulky.
Yeah, like a purse. They come
You
with
put
it.
that in your pocket.
No,
Yeah.
they're not meant for traveling, that's what drives me nuts about them. The original Game Boy, the whole idea was gaming on the go. You want to take your game and you want to go traveling around with it. You can't do that with this very comfortably.
No. It'll definitely get flagged at an airport.
Get down! So let's describe this for
TSA
people
will
who...
look at that and go, man, this is, I don't know, we can't let this through.
For people who don't know, Nintendo did release, they're going to on October 5th, I think, the Nintendo 2DS. And this system is going to be exactly what the 3DS is, with a few very obvious and minor changes. For one, it will not display anything in 3D. So that feature is gone, and this has
No
been
one
removed.
uses it.
No one uses it, but this has been removed to appeal to a younger audience that whose parents are like, we're not going to pay $200 for a handheld console. That's ridiculous. So now it's going to be just over $100, and it doesn't do 3D, and it doesn't fold. It's flat. Well, if you lay it down flat, it kind of props up a little bit. So
There's a lot of videos on there where people talk about the unboxing of the 2DS, and it's fake, and they take a 3DS and they put tape on it. They cover the 3D button. They go, there you go, it's your 2DS.
yeah.
It's funny.
So basically, that's what you can expect. And what's weird is that the controls are actually moved up. This is only going to benefit people on the video podcast, but I have a 3DS in my hands, and the controls are on the bottom half of the system because you're meant to hold it, and it's comfortable that way. With the 2DS, it's flat, so all the controls are up in the middle, and your L and R buttons, since there's no bump here anymore for them, they're at the very top, and they're huge. They're just really big, and that's how you play it. And
You can't miss them.
It's not that it's uncomfortable. Yeah. It's not that it's uncomfortable, but it's just weird that
it's for kids, but you have to have long fingers.
Yeah, you have to have super long fingers. And the other thing...
The elven children.
They haven't released an XL version of it yet, so the screen is actually the same size as the regular 2DS. I have a 3DS XL. So it's probably going to be as big as the 3DS XL, laying flat like this. but the screen is going to be as big as the regular 3DS.
Well, one of the promo videos that I watched, they actually had like a very young child, like I guess he might have been 6, actually in his hands, and it looked like it fit in his hands very well, like he could reach the flipper buttons and everything. And I'm like, wow, that is really tiny. So I'm like even more checked out.
Yeah, it's crazy. Although there's one good point about it. It does play all DS versions of games.
Yes. It's fully backwards and forwards. I don't know what you want to call it. Would this be considered backwards compatible with the 3DS in every way except for going in 3D?
Yeah, and it also plays just regular DS games too.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly. That's something I don't think the 3DS can do.
It does.
Oh, it does?
The
good.
original
That's
DS
good.
actually played Game Boy Advance games, which I really liked because it had a port at the bottom of it that had a slot for Game Boy Advance games only, and that was really cool. And they took it away like little by little. Well, actually, you could play Game Boy games and Game Boy Advance games. Then the DS Lite could only play Game Boy Advance games, and then as they got into this generation, you couldn't play any Game Boy games. And that kind of sucked. But it's a cool little system nonetheless. They have an online marketplace with it, so you can, they remade Ocarina of Time and put it on there recently. Like, they keep remaking that game for like every console now, so there's even more backwards compatibility if you want to rebuy the old games.
Such a good game, though.
Of course,
it's so amazing.
I'm not
they
complaining.
need to just keep remaking it because I will keep playing it over.
Yeah.
But will this have the online capabilities that, say, the 3DS has?
Yes.
In fact, like Netflix and all that.
Yep.
Yeah.
In fact, if you have a friend who has a 3DS and you both want to like play Animal Crossing together and visit each other's towns, you can do that with a 2DS and a 3DS. They connect to each other. Even this is also really cool. The 2DS will feature this dual camera on the front of the 3DS, so you can take 3D photos, but they will not display in 3D. You can just, let's say you want to upgrade one day to a 3DS, you can take out your memory stick and just pop it into, a 3DS, and then you can access all your 3D photos and everything.
Oh, that's cool.
So it really is a system just for people who don't want the 3D aspect and, want to.
Well, there are
cheap
people
out.
I think I told you there was a guy that was doing a rant on the 2DS, but it was like a rant against those that put down the 2DS. And he was basically saying that, when he bought his 3DS, he got the 3DS XL. He says, when I bought my 3DS XL, I turned on the...
Okay.
Oh, we kind of lost Jemi. Turned on the 3D aspect of the game. Go, oh, this is really cool. That's great. Okay. Shuts it off. He never turned it on again. Yeah. I mean, it's just kind of bothered his eyes. Okay, that's kind of neat. And then he shut it off. And he never uses the 3D aspect of the 3DS. So maybe this would be good for somebody like him.
I was actually really upset when I first saw the announcement because my first thought was just that. Like, I never used the 3D thing in my DS. Now I just spent all this money when I could have bought a cheaper version of it. And then I saw the system itself, and I'm like, no, I'm okay. I don't need that. But, yeah, I used the 3D a little more than I thought I would, which it's kind of cool. Mario Kart, it's really fun in. And as long as the game doesn't require you to, no game in the Nintendo world requires you to move around, but for some reason, Animal Crossing, you sit there and you play it a long time, and I don't know what it is about that game, but I find myself like lowering my hands a lot and just kind of like, getting tired because it's a really chill game. Mario Kart's intense, and you hold it right in front of your face, so it works really well with the 3D.
Yeah.
That's just how I play. Animal Crossing looks really good in 3D. I'll say that. The textures really pop when you put it in 3D.
Wow.
But I only have those 2 games for it, so I can't say much other than that. They actually came out with a new game that I'm really excited about. I don't remember the name now because it just came out, and I'm going to buy it when I get paid. It's like, have you ever heard of Super Mario RPG?
Yeah, I've heard of that.
Yeah, like Legend of the Seven Stars. It's
kind of like you're in a
like
world, and it's 3D kind of. You go around and.
It plays turn-based like Final Fantasy. It's one of those. It's like Nintendo's like, I guess, first try at one of those style of games.
Oh, where the fighting is like secondary to the game, like it's a.
Well, no, you have a character, you level them up, but you fight in a turn-based style, so you can play with Mario, Bowser, Yoshi, and all these people and get them on your party. Well, that was for Super Nintendo. It's really rare, and they finally like re-released it as a digital download, which probably killed the value of it. But they just made a new version of that game. I guess you're Luigi, and you're playing in a dream world or something, like Luigi's Dream World, something like that, and you think Luigi's thinking like as if he was the star instead of Mario. Like that's the whole game. But it's the same kind of game.
Cool.
It's the same kind of MMO, not MMO, but RPG style feel as Super Mario RPG.
Right.
So
Wow.
that's on my list.
And it will work on the 2DS.
Yeah, it will. It will work on. You can play it in spectacular 2D.
There you go.
No.
Carried anywhere in
Don't
your
sell
in your
those.
satchel or
Don't
backpack.
sell that.
I
Make
think
them make a better design, please.
I think with the 2DS, I think if they would have named it something other than 2DS, I think it would have gotten more acceptance.
Positivity,
Because,
I think. Yes, I think
Yeah,
people would be
yeah,
a little
because-
less negative.
you know, it's like they're going backwards, and that's weird. So
No, it's good.
KIDS, Nintendo. Remember that. Name it KIDS.
You have to make KIDS stand for something. So KI needs to stand for something, and then dual screen, and then it just spells out kids, which is adorable. But KI needs to stand for something clever.
Yeah,
I
true.
don't know what. Don't ask me. But no, I'm
Kid-
excited. This
yeah,
is
It stands for kids in dual screen.
shut up. I'm happy about.
What does the I stand for in the DSi?
I know there's DS Lite.
They added the camera on that model. I remember that.
Oh, maybe that's what it was then. The I was supposed to be for eye, seeing. But maybe.
Well.
Okay, well, there you go. I
Nintendo
guess,
hasn't been good about naming things in the past several years, have they?
No.
I thought
No,
the
they're kind
Wii-
of lazy.
Super Nintendo.
Well,
You
okay,
know.
I was okay with all those though, and what I really liked about Nintendo growing up is they didn't conform to the whole PlayStation 2, and they made a system with a new name. So there was the Nintendo 64, and then they went to game. Everyone's like, "Oh, what's it going to be called next? Nintendo 128 or something?" Nope, it's
Yeah.
GameCube. And then they went to the Wii, and then I'm thinking that's a stupid name. I hope they come up with a better one next time. The
Wii
Wii
U.
U. No, you broke the chain. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny. Next it'll be the Wii X. No, I don't. It'll
Wii
be
X.
the Wii something.
The Wii U and me.
It'll be the Wii.
The Wii. Gross.
So yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think, like I said, kids will probably be able to play it without parents worrying about it getting damaged as much as, like, say, a 3DS, because the 3DS is up there in cost and it is fragile.
Yeah. No, they need to stop complaining, for one. I think more gaming companies need to do stuff like this. Go backwards and make something that's more affordable to people who don't, they want it, but they can't afford to buy the actual console itself.
Right. So hopefully the 2DS XL will be foldable.
That
Yeah.
won't happen. It's going to be like a big screen TV in your hands.
Ew.
It's gonna be huge.
You're going to need like a laptop bag to carry it around.
I mean, I already carry around a purse, so why not?
Maybe this is going to bring on a whole new era of people, like men, carrying purses. Like, it's going to start young. Kids are going to want the
man
2DS.
satchel?
Yes. Kids are going to want the new 2DS XL, and it's going to come with this really purse-looking bag. And then they're going to grow up just needing something like that, because it's going to have a slot for your phone and stuff like that. And then, men are going to carry purses one day, thanks to Nintendo.
Well, it could be like the guy sack.
Why would you call it that?
I think you know why we'd call it that.
The Nintendo Guy
Oh,
Sack,
man.
but Guy is spelled G-U-I. No.
Graphical user interface.
Yeah.
It makes sense
sack.
on like all these different levels.
Wow.
Nintendo, do not make the Guy Sack. Man purse, whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
Yeah.
2DS, I won't buy one. I don't need one. But it's cool.
I mean, if
I'm
you
okay with
if
it.
you want to get into like I'd like to get on Animal Crossing and play with Vortac and mess up his world, but and it might be an easy way for me to get in there. But I am gonna save my money for a 3DS XL. But
You can
when I
find
first
one
heard
used pretty
2DS, I
reasonable.
thought that 2DS. I thought, oh, this is cool. And then when I looked at it, I said, no, I don't want that, because I was like really excited because I wanted to get a 3DS. So
Yeah.
But,
That design killed it for a lot of people, I think. But again, for kids, not a big deal. But let's talk about something that I just got into, and I think we've talked about it on the podcast before. But like, we're finally making some headway, and thanks to a friend of mine, I was able to get in for a really cheap price. You guys heard of Star Citizen, right?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so the alpha just released for that, and I found out a couple days before it was coming out, and I'm like, oh man, I still haven't pitched in for that. And I go on the website, it's like $65 for the starter, entry level pack, and you get one ship.
Is this an indie game now?
Yes, it's been an indie game. It's all crowdfunding.
$60 for an indie game? Dang.
Oh, that's the start. I'm talking about that's the base level. These packages go way over like $200 and so on and so forth, and you get like awesome ships, and you're promised all this stuff. Well, the starter pack for $65 comes with your ship, and then you get 4 months of insurance on it. You get alpha beta access and a couple other little perks. I'm thinking, that's great. I guess I've spent $60 on games before, so not a big deal. And my friend's like, no, I got in last November, and I can actually re-buy the pack that got me in for $35 and send it to you. So I gave him $35. He bought it, and now I got in for $35. I got lifetime insurance, same exact package, but with lifetime insurance on the ship.
Oh.
Yeah, so much better deal. And
well, what's so cool about this game is the guy that made Wing Commander is the
though.
one who put this thing together. And
Really?
I was
Wing
a big
Commander.
fan of Wing Commander back when I
That's
had
right.
a Commodore 64.
That's right. What were you saying, Jimmy?
Yeah, I'm
Silver
yeah.
Foxes flying on in.
It was a fun game. So and his vision for this game is something that he's always wanted to do with Wing Commander. He's always wanted to have that, and I think he's succeeded. I think this is going to be, yeah.
Poor Jimmy.
I think he's going to be. This is going to be a very successful game. All the elements he's always wanted, he's been able to put together and put in. So.
No, I'm really I'm looking forward to it. I really feel like this game is going to be the future of gaming. When it really kicks off, the graphics are insane. Wow,
Yeah.
they're mind blowing.
He's using the most current stuff right now.
Oh man, yeah. It requires a much better graphics card than what I have now, and I'm playing it in like a windowed mode and with medium detail just so I don't overload my CPU. But Alpha Access was just the hangar module, which all it is if you have ships, one ship or all the ships, you can go in them and check them out and like sit down at the helm. But that's it. Like you just walk around the hangar and check out all your ships. That's the whole thing.
That's actually cool because it kind of gives you a little tease there. But EverQuest Next is doing the same thing. If they haven't already, I think they have. They came out with they're going in steps. So they came out with a pre-game, and what it is basically you're able to help build the world of EverQuest. And so you're able to get in there, you get your own house, and you can build your house, and you can do all kinds of different things. And so that's the first step in EverQuest Next, and then they'll have something else. So I like that game developers are starting to do stuff like that.
Yeah, well, I'm impressed that it's all
early.
crowdfunding. 17 million they just hit the other day.
Oh, well, see, this also gives them an idea of how many people are going to be playing, too.
Oddly enough,
So-
only 200,000 registered people so far.
Oh, wow.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
You'd think there'd be more, but I mean, people just keep getting I think this hangar module really pushed it over the edge because people got in and saw how small their ship was and was like, I gotta have a bigger ship, So they, of course, they spent $100 or $200, got the biggest ship they could
Wow.
afford, and and you get all kinds of other perks too. You get a lot of in-game money to start out with and stuff. So the economy is going to be kicked off pretty interestingly when this game actually takes off. But later this year, they're going to release, from what I heard, an alpha. Like as part of the alpha, they're going to release this dogfighting mode, so you can jump in your ship and like go into this multiplayer dogfighting thing.
Oh, yeah. See, that'll be the next phase, and then until eventually, and they'll have all these different phases until eventual release.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So $17 million. They're going to keep going, too. Donations have not stopped.
If they don't finish that project, that's crazy. They need to finish that.
It's doing well. I don't think they're. I think they're unstoppable now.
Is it? What was their goal?
I don't even know. Who knows?
I don't think it was that much.
I can't even. No.
I don't think they ever imagined.
I can't imagine more than $2 million, and that's even like just being like crazy on top.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So people are just one, they're being really generous, but two, they're also being like they're really. I think they're expecting a lot, but I think this game's going to deliver. I really do. Like I said, the graphics are insane. They're so nice, and you can even like if you're on high detail, you can see like your reflection on the floor.
Oh wow!
Like, it's a lot. You have to just look at it. There's a lot of videos out there by now. You could probably check it out in HD. So, really cool stuff. I'm excited. I encourage people to jump in before it gets any more expensive.
Yep.
So, I don't know. My prediction: future of gaming. That's my. You can bet money on it. But I'm not going to participate in that.
Gambling Dan.
I'm not. No, I'm just giving you bad ideas. You don't have to. I'm not going to participate in them. That's awful.
Yeah.
But I hear that there's other betas going on that Miss Jemi is a part of. Hopefully she doesn't drop out and she can tell us about it.
It's not a beta. It's the actual full release of Final Fantasy XIV again.
Oh, okay.
And so, like, the first release, the game was just awful, and obviously it tanked, and it was just, like, horrible reviews, because it was a really bad game. Nobody wanted to play it. Now it's actually a good game, and nobody can play it because they were not prepared, and like the server, you can't log into the servers.
SimCity all over again.
Oh, SimCity all over.
Pretty much. And so, like, everybody's like, I don't understand why are all the servers full. They've actually stopped digital sales of digital copies of the game, so nobody can, like, buy it now to try to alleviate congestion. But it's like, you're not going to alleviate anything. It's already bad. No. Like, and the Asian servers are okay, and you can get on there, and they announce first that they're going to buy more Asian servers, and everybody's like, what? It's the European and American servers that are having all the problems. Fix those first!
I know, huh?
Because everybody on the European and American servers, they're just going on to the Asian servers because they want to play the game, because it's actually good now.
Yeah.
Wow, that's
good.
It's
worth playing if you can manage to get into it. But...
yeah.
Chance of that, because you're just going to get like my favorite is when you're trying to log in and they have a queue system, but it doesn't work very well, and be like, the world is full, please try back again later when the world isn't full. And it's like, wait, why don't they just put me in the queue to wait?
Nice. That was a cool story.
And that was a cool story.
Oh, I feel bad. She's visiting a friend right now, and I guess they're having internet trouble. And we think she's back. There you are.
This is embarrassing to the max. Where did I drop out?
So you were telling this awesome story about people not being able to get into servers, and they were put in some kind of weird waiting limbo.
Oh, yeah. Well, because it'll basically say the world is full, and it won't even load the server yet, and apparently the login server is full, too. Like, just to sit on the menu screen. So it's a cluster F to just play that game.
Is there a monthly subscription or anything?
Yes, there is a monthly subscription. It is $14.95, I believe.
Yeah, I'm sure
and
people are getting every penny.
They're getting every penny's worth.
Well, they are offering extended trial periods or whatever for your purchase of the game and stuff like that. So they are like trying to make it up back to their user base.
Oh, yeah. That's good.
Because they're having problems.
That's good.
But at least now, once you get in the game and once they fix the problem, it'll actually be worth playing this time around.
So that's what happens with a lot of these new games like SimCity and stuff. You have to just be patient. A lot of people were like, I just want... how many people do you know of that want their money back from Final Fantasy XIV? Like,
a lot of people actually on the first release wanted their money back.
On the second, though. We're talking about now.
I have not met anybody who is like, no, this is awful, I want my money back. No, I've seen mostly everybody having a really good time playing the game in the pre-release and the betas.
So that's the difference, though, because I bet you if they did want their money back, they could probably get it. Not the monthly fee, but they could probably somehow return the game. Maybe? I don't know how it works. SimCity was so adamant on not giving money back, and they were so public about, we're not giving your money back, that I think that's why people wanted it back so bad, because they knew they couldn't have it.
Yeah.
That was my theory, anyway. So, but SimCity's doing really good now. They have, like, they're on their newest update, and you can finally terrain edit and put in roads and bridges and stuff. We could put in roads, but, you know, tunnels and bridges. You couldn't do that before. You were just
this is
stuck
stuff
with
they should have.
terrain.
Yeah, this is stuff they should have done like in beta.
Yeah,
you know.
I know. But,
and so, you know, gradually add these features, you know, until release. Same with Final Fantasy XIV. They should have, you know, fleshed all this out in a beta.
Well, my problem is they had pre-release for over a week, and they were having these login problems to the max during pre-release. And I was being patient during pre-release because there's no guarantee, and you know that's still final touches stages. Ugh. I don't know what's wrong with me today. And so I was like, okay, whatever. They'll fix the servers before full release. No, they didn't. They just drug their feet. It was like, you knew you needed to buy more servers. Those should have been on express drop to your server stations.
yeah.
Yeah.
I remember SimCity was like buying Amazon servers and stuff, like renting. they were
just
they were
buying
doing
all
everything
these
they could
servers.
from like other people, and yeah.
They were getting old Minecraft servers and stuff.
People were running servers off their computers. Man, oh man, that was a mess.
Man.
So, I hope it's expected by now. I hope people kind of realize that. How do you guys think Diablo 3 is going to do on console release?
No, I don't think that's going to do very well on console release.
Really?
'Cause, it wasn't very good, and everybody already knows that.
Yeah, well, are they...
I'm not going to pay full price for that.
Not again, of course. Do they?
Yeah,
do we
not
know,
again, but...
Are they doing another auction house on the console version for like real money?
I hope they don't.
I hope they don't either.
Yeah, that would be awful. I just know that I paid a lot of money for that game, and I couldn't believe it.
I will say it's a fun game, but it's not what people expected, and I am also not as happy with it as I am with Torchlight 2.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Torchlight 2 is so
I
much
really
fun.
think that's the reason why they are putting it on console, because they need to make up for all the...
They need the money. Now, it does
Yeah.
look good. It looks like because Diablo has the potential to be a sit-down party game. It really,
I guess
it
on a
does.
console that would work a lot better and easier, wouldn't it?
It'd be like Gauntlet,
Yeah.
So
And then you just jump in with friends or with anybody, and you get a party of 4 and go for it.
yeah, it seems like people are excited about it. I don't know. I guess that one I'm kind of curious to see what happens. I'm just wondering if the release is going to be as successful as they're predicting or not. So I have to look up that.
Co-op is a lot. When it comes to games like that, co-op is a lot easier and a lot better I think on a console. It's easier to find a party, you know, find people on there and stuff. On computer, on PC, I know for me when I played like StarCraft, the first one,
Mm-hmm.
and I would get into what is it called, Battle.net,
Mm-hmm.
and I get on there would be like nobody available, or I couldn't get in with somebody to play along, and yeah, it's difficult. It's difficult on there because, you know, if you have friends you can play with, then it works out a lot better.
It's getting better. I think with Steam, especially in communities like that, it's getting a lot more. It's getting smooth. It's getting easier to like party up with people for video games, whereas consoles had it down for a while. I think PC's finally catching up to that, and that's what's making them such a strong competitor.
Well, yeah, Steam, obviously, because I mean you got a big friendship base and all that stuff. I mean you do kind of.
Oh, they are pushing the social media too.
Yeah.
Battle.net too, but like I said, Diablo 3 going on a console might help a little bit with the co-op. I think it'll be a little bit easier for that particular game.
unless they split screen, they're going to have to make a system where all the characters stay on the screen at once, or they're going to have to split screen it. And I think from the clips I've seen, it's not going to be split screen. So if you try to walk too far away, the camera zooms out really far. And I've played games like that. They work out pretty well. But I'm just thinking when I play Diablo, I'll end up away from the party for a minute because I see some loot that I want to grab. And I'm sitting there, grabbing that, and everyone else is up ahead. That wouldn't work in the in PC or in the console version. Not like that.
No, they wouldn't work the same? Because I know, like in Torchlight 2, I mean, I could be off over here somewhere. And
we don't share the screen in Torchlight. You have your own screen.
Oh, you're talking about when you got co-op
on a console,
on a console at home. I was talking about like online when, like Call of Duty, Black Ops, or whatever. They got people that
they
servers
split screen.
You
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. No.
Yeah, you're talking about local. I was talking about global. I was talking about local. They would have to have. That would be weird. That would be different.
I wouldn't want to play it on split screen, and I think I would get used to playing it sharing one screen with 4 people.
Is it gonna split screen?
No, like I'm saying, no, I don't think it will. Just from the clips I've seen on the commercial, it looks like 4 characters are playing on one screen, which makes me assume that if one character runs off to the corner, the screen has to zoom out to keep him in there. Whereas in Diablo on the PC, you have your own screen, and your friends have their own screen, so you can just do whatever the hell you want and wander away.
Yeah, exactly.
So they really had to reformat this game and the way it plays in order for it to look good and play well. So that's... If people never played Diablo before, and because they're only console gamers and they're really hardcore console, they'll probably have a lot of fun. But I think people who are used to Diablo on the PC, picking it up for console, they're going to be frustrated. That's my prediction. You can bet money on it. I'm not going to, though.
No.
This is a trend with me.
No, I've got it on PC. I've played it.
Yeah.
And
I've played it and I'm over it. I've been playing a lot of Smite. Actually, I'm getting actually okay at it. You guys need to play it more.
Yeah.
I forgot.
Yeah,
I'll get right on that.
Didn't they introduce a new character?
Yeah, they do all the time.
Hmm?
They do that like it's a bodily function. Characters in Smite.
BRB.
I mean, I think just recently they introduced a new one.
News update.
But I mean, it's a pretty fun game. I mean, I thought when I was when I play League of Legends, I always thought that kind of game was a lot of fun, and I always thought it would be cool to have this kind of game rather than top view, but like first person view. And here it is, Smite.
Yeah, no, it's.
So.
I'm excited about Smite, but I just needed a break from Minecraft. I've been playing so much Minecraft, so Smite's been my go-to. Alright, gotta love technical difficulties and awful internet connections.
Way to go, Labor Day!
Thanks, Labor Day.
Yay!
Everyone's streaming right now and
it's making us work extra hard for this cast tonight.
That's why I never understood that about Labor Day. It's like the one day you don't do anything. And they call it
I ate a lot
year.
of food.
Out of the year. It's like I get a day off, but I only get it on Labor Day.
Labor Day, the day of labor. I'm off. I'm out of here.
Yeah.
Semantics.
Well, it's kind of a celebration of the labor.
Yeah.
Labor.
They should have thought of a better day or a better name for it. Like day off day.
Worker Appreciation Day.
Yeah, Worker Appreciation Day. Why not?
There you go. Let's get politically correct here.
Yes. I'm out
Blue
working
collar
it.
day.
I'm out working it all the time. I get no respect, no appreciation. All right. So, as I was saying, I'm getting tired of Minecraft. I've been playing it a lot, but apparently, not a lot
7
of
Days to
people
Die.
are. No, shut up.
Play that one.
Not a lot of people are tired of Minecraft. They just passed 12 million copies.
Woo!
Yeah.
That
A
is
PC.
insane.
Yes, the PC version, 12 million copies.
How many copies of WoW has sold? Just for reference, does anybody know, like offhand?
Probably almost that
No.
much. I think the box every year or so they add another million to it. Like, you ever notice that? The little sticker on it
Yeah.
that says, 9 million, 10 million. I think they got up to like 12 million and they finally had to stop doing it because people have been losing interest ever since.
Oh, yeah.
But
Are they still? They were for a while in the top 10 on Xbox.
what was Minecraft?
Minecraft Xbox version was in the top 10 games. It was like number 2, I think, at one point.
Probably.
I wonder if it's still on there. I'm sure it is.
Oh,
It's
I'm
very
sure. Yeah,
If it's not in the top 10, I'm shocked.
I know Xbox is selling a lot. I think. Oh, Xbox 360 version crossed 8 million earlier this month.
Minecraft is coming to the PS4, by
Yes.
the way.
Yes.
Yeah.
They lost the exclusivity. I was like, oh, eat it, Microsoft.
Yeah. No,
That's
I'm
it.
glad too. I'm really glad about that. Not that I need it or anything, but I am happy.
I'm sure Microsoft made their money off of it.
Oh, they're
You know?
fine. They don't care. Please.
Yeah.
They're not gonna. I think PS4 is gonna outsell Xbox One versions of it, just because I think PS4 is gonna outsell Xbox One.
I think so too.
Yeah. Yeah. So, but Minecraft, their new update, I'm scared of it. I really am. You guys
What
know what's
about the
coming?
new
Funny, I
update?
gotta-
Oh, with the biomes breaking everything?
Yeah, they're adding biomes. If for anyone who somehow doesn't know what Minecraft is, infinitely generating world, and there's biomes. Those are like the areas of, how do you explain biomes? Like the climate changing areas. So there's jungles and deserts, and now they want all the biomes to flow together.
I really hate that they're going to do that. I enjoyed the desert next to the swamp.
There's like
I
deserts
really
next to like
did.
snow biomes. Yeah.
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 Yeah, like the trifecta of snow, swamp, and desert all in the corner, like triangle.
And it's like
Mm.
it's snowing, and then all of a sudden it's raining in the desert.
Yeah.
It's funny.
Well, Minecraft also, they're also talking about doing weather, like more realistically, so there'll be seasons rather than biomes with specific traits. So it could be snowing because it's winter, so it's snowing all over the map, not just in a snow biome.
Oh,
I
interesting.
would like that because then it would rain after a while and then wash all that snow away. So you could enjoy the snow for a little while and then.
Yeah.
Well,
More
yeah,
realistic.
you got an interesting point there. It would be better if snow actually melted or just faded after time, because that would be very irritating.
Yeah,
Think about all that snow
needs
you'd
to
have
melt.
to pick up before you can do anything.
We need heat waves that melt the snow, and we need, we need snowstorms that come and freeze everything. So I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. I like getting away from snow in Minecraft. I actually really hate the snow in Minecraft. I don't like its properties. I don't like the way it works. I don't like the way it looks. But I would enjoy that aspect of it, I think.
How would they? They would have to actually make a block change when it came to the water, because
Oh well.
as soon as it
The
would,
water
it
would
would
just
be
freeze.
snowy, then the water would have to turn into a
Ice.
new block ID. With snow,
It does
there's
that
no
now,
new
though.
block ID. It just comes down to the ground and it lands and it becomes a block.
It
But
does it now.
with-
If you bring
Yeah.
water into a snow biome, it'll freeze into an ice block.
oh, that's true. You're
So-
right.
Yeah, that
Same
wouldn't
thing.
be too hard.
Yeah. So Minecraft, they're gonna add biomes too, and all I know is they said tons. That's the word they used to describe it. Which
I wonder if they're like meshes of the biomes we already see.
they're adding new
Well,
trees
he-
and stuff too.
Well, Jeb put a map. He tweeted a map
Oh.
of a before and an after.
I thought there was going to be like a lava biome or something like that.
He showed this map. It's like an overhead map, and he showed there's all kinds of water and like these little globs that were islands that were basically the old style Minecraft worlds, where you had tons of water and just these little,
giant
little
oceans.
biomes. Then he showed a after map of his fix with the biomes and all that, and it just covered with land.
Yeah.
Well, they didn't
There's
want oceans to be
not
so
a whole lot of
massive
water.
again.
And then
because
everybody
apparently
complained.
They were too big.
Yeah, everybody complained and said, "Wait, where's all the water at?" And he says, "This is actually a very, very large, map. If he was to zoom in, he would show that there's still large oceans.
Yeah.
Because that was actually like a.
I don't like that now though. I think they should really be called lakes. Just based on some of the lakes I've been, they're huge. Lakes are really big, and people are like, "Oh, you're crazy, man. Those oceans are actually bigger than they look. They're like 3,000 blocks wide still." I'm like, that's still like, but they're not the length or the width of them. They might be 3,000 blocks long, but the width isn't that long. So they're lakes. They, call them lake
Right.
biomes, and then make oceans that are massive like you had, but much more rare. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, I was going to say, if they just made them more rare, I would be happy with that. Because before, you were having these, like, medium-sized islands, or maybe to large, and, like, trapped in, like, 3 weeks worth of sailing. And I mean 3 weeks in, like, real-world time, not game time.
Yeah. No, it's...
Yeah,
that
true.
game, a
Hope
lot
your
of
boat
the...
doesn't break.
Yeah.
You're stuck.
I have a little Minecraft story that I got to share here because it was kind of neat. Where I work, a father and his little boy came in, and I was walking around and I noticed that the boy had a Minecraft shirt on.
Mm-hmm.
And when he was walking in the door, we have a sign that says "No pets allowed," right? So his dad says, "Son, you're gonna have to wait out in the car." It says "No pets allowed," and I looked over and I says, "Yeah, no Enderman." No Enderman here. And he looked at me with his eyes wide open like this. He goes, "Oh, you play Minecraft?" It was so funny. I says, "Yeah, it's a fun game." He goes, "Oh, that's so cool." And he was like happy. It's like just made his day that somebody that else, was obviously older, was playing Minecraft. It's kind of neat. I was thinking to myself, I should tell the dad. I say, hey, you should play Minecraft with your son. I think you'd like it. Just to throw a word in there for
Don't
him.
tell me how to raise my kid.
Yeah, you don't want to get
do all that.
involved there. No.
But I always encourage. That's always a good
I
thing
think
to
you're
encourage.
neglecting your son. You should play Minecraft with him, you stupid asshole. I don't think I'll go over to
Pay
him.
attention to your kid.
Well, see, I always liked, like Minecraft WB Luckland. He plays with his kids or his kid and his wife, and then Paul Soares Jr. Did, and Bitburner. He does the same thing, and it's kind of neat. It
I'm
shows.
not gonna be playing with my kids if I
It
ever
shows
have them.
the relationship.
They'll be playing with me.
Yeah, there you go.
The
It
other way
shows the
around.
relationship, and I'm sure that the relationship between father and son, or father and child, or mother and child has, it really, Minecraft helps that very much. I mean, I think that it's really cool for a family to play games together.
No, I agree
Yeah.
completely. And that's
And
one that a lot
Minecraft
of
is the
people-
type of game you can do that with.
Yeah, a lot of people can relate to it.
Yep, I thought it was neat.
And I
She
think
comes popping in and out.
Jemi disagrees. She just keeps leaving when we say something she doesn't like.
Yeah.
We need to turn off that thing on Google that makes the noise when she enters and exits.
Oh yeah.
And that way people listening to the audio won't know that she's leaving and coming back.
Yeah.
So, speaking of games about building and so on and so forth, there's going to be a Lego MMO in 2014.
Oh yeah, that's just what the world needed.
Isn't that great?
Do you think it's too late?
Yes, I do.
I kind of feel the same way.
I think they missed the train.
Well, there used to be Lego Universe. Have you heard of that?
Yeah, they
And that
mentioned
was
that
kinda
in this
like-
article.
Yeah, and that was the first Lego online type game, and it crashed. It flopped. I mean, basically, you go to their website and I'm sorry, but this site is down, and so it's like Lego Universe doesn't exist anymore. And so I guess they're trying again because right now we've got kind of an explosion of MMOs at this point, so they're thinking that maybe it might work this time.
Lego Minifigures Online. It's coming to PC, iOS, and Android. iOS and Android. An MMO?
Yeah, it's gonna be weird.
Good luck to you.
Not worth your time.
No. That kind of ruins it right there. But the guys who made this made the games Age of Conan and The Secret World, says this article. And I'll link it in the show notes.
I
Might
played
be
that for a
okay
while.
Then,
I played it for a while. I didn't
but
like
they
it.
weren't really successful MMOs either. So I don't know.
Yeah, it's.
I guess what
It
shut
wasn't-
down the original one, this says that it failed to set up a satisfactory revenue model. Which, now that times are kind of changing and there's different ways of paying for games now, maybe they have a better idea.
Yeah, that's why I said that right now there's an MMO explosion, and there's a lot of people that, they got different models and stuff now, and so I think Lego Universe was a subscription fee back in the day. So yeah.
Now it's going to have to be free to play, and then they're going to have to fund it with microtransactions or something.
Oh, and they'll be think about it. They'll be able to.
You want blue blocks? You got to pay $2 for the blue block pack.
You know what? This is nothing about building. I wonder if you'll actually be able to build in this game, because it's an MMO, so you can't really fill the world with creations. I mean, eventually it'll fill up.
You should be able to buy a plot.
Well, yeah, Dragon's Prophet does.
If you buy a plot, maybe.
Dragon's Prophet, it's actually within the same. Actually, you do zone into a zone that's a world where people build, but it's up on an island. You can actually fly up there if you wanted to on your dragon, but it's open world. You can build on it and stuff. You can.
Okay.
Well, it's not really building. You get a house and you place it. Type thing,
thing. Yeah, maybe if they take a page out of that book, they'll be able to do it. Really, you have to. It's Lego. But I've played Lego games that have nothing to do with building. When I was younger, there was a couple I played that it was going on adventures.
The Lego games.
Yeah, I think one was called Lego Island, and you just kind of traveled around this island and completed little missions and stuff. There was nothing to do with building. You might as well have been playing just a cartoony game where things are made out of blocks instead of, I don't know, voxels or whatever. Because
it was an
voxels
early version of Minecraft.
I don't know.
Well, you don't build much in those Lego games for like the Xbox and consoles.
Yeah, that's what he was just saying.
So it's kind of, you gotta, if you want a successful Lego game, you gotta incorporate building. What Legos are getting weird. Like they're making a Lego movie, and
what?
Yeah, you haven't seen this?
No.
It looks kind of funny, like for kids, But yeah, they're making a feature-length film. It's gonna be in theaters.
Animation?
Oh yeah. It's not going to be stop motion.
What is it gonna be about? Like
just this
for real.
This Lego character that has to save the world, and it's funny because they can reference all these different movies.
A toddler's foot? Like, come on.
Well, I mean, you got like Batman in there and all kinds of stuff because they're Legos, so all the different movies and stuff get mentioned, which I think is kind of funny.
Yeah, this sounds like a crappy knockoff Toy Story.
But yes, it's like Toy Story with one group of toys, because Toy Story incorporated all these different toys.
What happened to Lincoln Logs, man? Why can't they make Lincoln Log movie?
Why would you make a Lincoln Log movie?
You only have the logs on Lincoln Logs.
There's no characters.
You don't get the shapes. You don't get the little dolls.
They don't dance around or anything. Yeah,
it doesn't matter. I don't care, man.
Maybe you can make a Lincoln Log movie. I will watch it.
What about the alphabet blocks? I mean, why can't we make a movie out of that?
Why can't we make a movie out of Cheerios? Why can't we just have Cheerios starring in their own flipping movie?
Alphabet soup, man.
Oh
we need to make a movie about alphabet soup.
We need to make a movie about Lido just pitching ideas at some executive.
Oh, it's funny.
And just getting turned down in all these mean ways.
Lego movie, huh? Lego MMO, Lego movie, Lego this.
Lego is like...
a movie about a sippy cup.
Lego's really trying. They're like, Minecraft is like Legos, people say, but... We're Legos. We can be that, and now they're doing everything they can to be relevant again. And they had they were fine.
Company of tryhards.
People, they don't need to be any more relevant. They're on the shelves at Walmart. Kids go, ooh, Legos, and they buy them and they build.
I mean, if you had a choice,
they want more profits, they need to not make them so expensive.
Yes.
No offense.
Those sets were
so
expensive.
They are very expensive toys.
Yeah, they are. If you had a choice between Lego MMO and Minecraft, and that's all you have, which one would you buy? You'd buy Minecraft.
It's a better value.
Mostly because you already had Minecraft.
No, but even if I had to choose and buy again, I would buy Minecraft because it is a better value.
You can make an MMO within Minecraft. You can make your own. I mean,
you can have a Lego texture pack if you wanted to for Minecraft.
Yeah, that'd be weird. I don't know if that would work.
They have one. They do. They have one. It's the way it's not actually bumpy with the little nibs on the blocks.
It's an optical illusion?
It's an optical illusion. It looks like that. It's a pretty cool little texture pack.
And now with the resource packs, you can actually change the sound. So maybe instead of like dirt blocks stacking on top of each other, they're clicking.
Aw, that'd be cute. I think I like that idea.
There's a resource pack.
So awesome.
There's a resource pack where it's some guy, and I've always thought about doing this for fun. Some guy replaced all the sounds with his own voice.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was messing around with that, and
Moo.
yeah,
Oink. Oink.
he's like walking on grass, like he's making the noises, and
then when you get near
What do
lava,
you do
it's
for the Enderman noises?
I
Did he
haven't run
just
into
go,
one.
"Aw"?
I haven't run into one. He does the doors like the door, the chest like. Yeah, it's funny. It definitely you're sitting there laughing, and then you realize it doesn't stop, and oh, there she goes again. You realize it doesn't stop, and that's when it gets sad. And you're like, okay, now I would just want to turn it off and go home.
Yeah, because it's annoying.
But yeah, I like going into my like cow farm and moo moo moo. Like they just sound bored.
Yeah.
But,
Oh, great.
Yeah, Lego MMO. Why not?
Yeah. Why not?
I'll tell you why. Because it's a waste of money. There's too many
Don't buy
MMOs. There's too many MMOs out there. Even if this was like going to be the best MMO ever, I've said this before. There's just too many. And when you got games like Star Citizen coming out that are just going to take it to everything I've ever wanted in a game is going to be in that game. You know. Just,
yeah, I feel the same way about EverQuest Next.
Yeah.
It's just going to be, you know.
Jump in a
I
ship
haven't
and
really
fly
looked
around
at
the
EverQuest
universe.
Next yet.
Yeah, I know. Have your own ship.
And then there's other
I don't
ships
like
to buy.
space.
I mean, most MMOs allow you to fly or have it,
But
except
there's
for
planets.
you know,
You
obviously.
can land on the flipping planet and then go
I don't
do
care.
stuff.
Who cares about space? I like
Yeah, but-
fantasy swords.
Like
But-
planet side, I think you can get into ship, but you can't have
planet
that
side.
third-person view or first-person view in the ship. I don't think.
Yeah, planet side.
Yeah, where the cockpit's there and it's got all the switches and knobs and.
No, man, yeah, it's
lights.
cool. You get in the ship and like all the screens like just fold towards you, and
Yeah, that's cool,
it's,
man.
It's pretty neat.
Yeah, whatever.
You're gonna play it. You're gonna watch everyone else play it when it comes out, and you're like, "Damn it, this is pretty cool."
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you will. Sure
No,
you will.
I hate space themed things. I can't enjoy them.
I do too, for the most part. I
where
do,
is this
but
coming
with
from?
games like this, though, with you know, being able to, being able to not only cockpit a ship, but being able to get out of it and do other things too. That's some of the aspects that people. I mean, some games have the flight simulation, and then some games have the space MMO type style where there's no flight. I want to see them both combined, and that's what this game offers.
Oh yeah, and it's about damn time because most games, like you said, they don't do both. So
No,
that's the
it's one
appeal
or the
for
other.
me. And there's going to be full-size planets and stuff, you know, that you go on and you do missions. And
Fly to, yeah, that's awesome.
I only need one planet to have fun. Sorry.
you are such a ball buster.
I know, right?
You're so human.
I'm gonna destroy the guy sack.
Oh my God, we're not calling it that. We can't
I'm
call it that.
totally gonna have a guy sack.
Nintendo guy
It's gonna
sack.
hang low.
Oh wow. You know that's not good when it hangs low, right? Gosh, it gets in the way.
Hey, that just means it's old. It's got wear and tear.
That's not
It's
a good
seen
thing.
the good old days.
It's not a good thing.
It's just hard to fit that, 2DS in there, though.
Oh, I'm sure I can make it fit.
Wow. This is just bad.
I know,
I
right?
think we're about done tonight. I don't know
That's
about you
gonna
guys.
be a crash and burn tonight.
I think we're done. I think we're done
Yeah,
here. So thank
that's
you
a
for
done.
listening to this installment of the Everything Noob podcast.
Yep.
Remember, you can call us and whatnot. Go on everythingnoob.com. Contact us. You can tell us about what you would call the Nintendo guy sack. Or whatever the hell you want. I don't care. We'll play it on the air as long as it's appropriate. We'll do it.
All
I
right.
challenge you to say something more
Just
disgusting.
hit that limit.
More disgusting than guy sack. That's the challenge for the week. God. All right. We'll see y'all next week.
See ya.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to the Everything Noob podcast. Be sure to visit everythingnoob.com for previous episodes, show notes, host bios, and blogs. And while you're there, feel free to write us with any questions, comments, or suggestions you may have. Don't forget to check out the links to our Twitter, YouTube, and Twitch TV channel as well. On behalf of the Noobs, see you next week, and happy gaming.